Ah, yes, yes. Just another day in Scotland. You know, the land of Braveheart and freedom. And Jesus. Oh, when I saw this going around, I thought it was fake. I thought someone was just making a little bit of a meme, but no, it appears to be real. Abuse rap. Man arrested after calling Nicola Sturgeon a Nazi in email over COVID funeral rites. A man was arrested after allegedly calling Nicola Sturgeon a Nazi in an email over COVID funeral rites. Brian Smith, 44, was nicked by cops amid claims he targeted the First Minister with abusive threats. Threats of what? Calling her a Nazi? That's not a threat. It's not a threat. That's, mockery. That's, giving her a little bit of shit. That's not a threat. What did he threaten? What did he threaten to do? You're a Nazi. Where's the threat? Where is the threat? There is no threat. A fake image showing Miss Sturgeon in a Nazi uniform was allegedly received by her Parliament email address. Okay, where's the threat? I know exactly the image they're talking about because I have it. I have that image, which means that under the SNP's new hate crime bill, when it passes, that means I could face up to 7 years in prison for a meme. Scotland, yes, freedom, yes, Scotland, yeah. Oh my God, these. For anybody who doesn't know, the SNP are Scotland's leading party. Our First Minister, which is sort of kind of like our Prime Minister, is Nicola Sturgeon. The SNP is the Scottish National Party. Now, do not let that national part fool you in any way. They are left wing as hell, and they are by no means whatsoever nationalists. They're not nationalists, not in any way, shape, or form. They want Scotland to have independence from England and become its own independent country. The reasons that they provide for that is they don't like not being represented in Westminster. They feel completely outnumbered whenever votes happen. If any vote something happens that needs to get voted on, if it benefits England, it'll get voted through. And if it doesn't benefit Scotland, it'll still get voted through because the SNP don't have enough votes in Westminster to be able to fully, properly represent Scotland. And I agree that is an issue that definitely should be addressed. But that's their key point of contention. But then they also want to join the EU, where that exact problem is 100 times worse. Makes absolutely no sense. We want to, the phrase that I always use is the SNP are very, very happy to wear a collar. They just want to change who's holding the leash. But yeah, and also they are, let's use some nice 2016 terms, SJWs. Right. And in one rant, Mr. Smith of Kilmarnock is alleged to have compared the SNP leader to Margaret Thatcher because he was unable to attend his uncle's funeral due to COVID restrictions. I completely understand why this man is upset. He has every right to be upset given those circumstances. It's understood Miss Sturgeon did not read the emails, but they were opened by a Scottish Parliament staff member who raised the alarm. They raised the alarm. Oh no, an email. Call the police. We've received a rude email. Get the SWAT team. Jesus Christ, how weak. I get horrible emails like all the time. I get horrible tweets, horrible YouTube comments. I get all that stuff all the time. Do you know what I do? I just scroll past it and I make fun of them. I don't go, oh my God, someone, help, an email. Someone is making fun of me in the internet. Call the police. My God, these are the people that are currently in charge of this country. Jesus. Fuck. I hope no. See if Scotland ever gets like the SNP's version of independence. See if someone declares war on us. We are fucked. We are absolutely screwed. Oh my God. One email is alleged to have read, "My uncle died and I can't go to the funeral, effing crap. You're like Margaret Thatcher." Ah, yes, I can see why police involvement was required here. Yes, the police should absolutely focusing lots and lots and lots of their time. Never mind the burglaries, murders, rape, all those other types of real crimes. This is where the police should be focusing their time on a man sending a rude email. A message portraying Miss Sturgeon in the World War II German uniform allegedly contained the caption, "Nazi German lover, see Kyle." And in another email, Mr. Smith is alleged to have written, "You are a effing something, Nicola Sturgeon. The SNP stinks, can definitely smell." I think that's right. A source told the Daily Record the emails were picked up by a member of staff. It was thought that the best course of action was to contact the police. In what universe? Hold on. In what universe was the best course of action to call the police? Right, you got a rude email calling you mean names, and you thought that the best course of action was to call the police. Vote the SNP out. Vote the SNP out. That is one of the most pathetic things that I have ever heard. You got a rude email, and you, being an apparently reasoned person that works in government, thought that the best course of action was to call the police. Because an email made fun of you. You decided to get the police to arrest this guy and violate his rights to speak because of a rude email. Needed a burp, sorry. That is the most pathetic thing that I have ever heard of. And if there's one thing that Scotland absolutely does need, it is strong leadership. This is not strong leadership. This is weak. This is weak, and it's fully pathetic. These are the people that want to be in charge of this country. Nah, I'm sorry. We need a strong leader. We need a strong leadership. We need a strong party. That's what we need. Not people who phone the police over a rude email. I mean, see that stuff, "You're an effing Nazi"? I get them all the time. I get them constantly. Never ever felt the need to call the police, though. I read the email and then I go on with my day. I'm actually not long awake, right? Whenever I wake up, I go in, make my coffee, I come in, I check all my emails and check all my messages. There's an email calling me a Nazi. Nice wee sip of my coffee. I'll reply with a picture of my balls. Move on to the next email. Never, ever, ever have I read a mean email calling me a Nazi, and I says the smart thing to do here is to call the police. Pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. A police spokesperson said a 44-year-old man has been charged in connection with telecommunications offences. He'll have been charged under Section 127, the same law I was charged under, the one that absolutely needs scrapped, following a report that threats were received by a member of the Scottish Parliament. There were no threats. You read the stuff out that was in the email. Now, if the actual contention is there were threats, then you absolutely would have included that in the article. You absolutely would have included the threats. I mean, did he say he was going to come down to Parliament and Guy Fawkes the thing? Did he say he was going to be waiting in the bushes outside of Nicky Stuggy's house? Right? Was there any of that? Because if there was that, then you'd have included it in the article. But for some reason, you haven't. So, see, as for threats being received, I'm not buying it. I don't believe it. The man will appear at Kilmarnock Sheriff Court at a later date. Thank you very much. I'm very, very happy that I pay my taxes for them to get wasted on absolute nonsense like this. The NHS is crumbling. Poverty is at an all-time high. But, I mean, none of that can be fixed because our tax dollars, listen to me. I've been hanging out with Americans too much. Because our tax pounds are being used on absolute garbage like this. The Scottish Government declined to comment. Yeah, I wonder why. They're like, oh no, we don't want to talk about this because they know this is a monumental screw up. Now, see if the SNP truly believe that calling someone a Nazi is worthy of an arrest, then half their members and voters are going to go to jail. Right? SNP voters and SNP members, Even had a few MPs right back when the Nazi pug thing was happening. A lot of people wrote to their SNP MPs asking for them to support me, and some of them did turn around and just outright call me a Nazi. So if that apparently is a crime according to the SNP, I'll contact the guys that contacted them, and I'll get these emails, and apparently it's worthy of a police investigation now. Thank you for the confirmation, SNP. I think you might need to get a few people on standby to take a few seats, because a few of your MPs are about to go to jail. Right, now this is pathetic. This is absolutely pathetic, and shows that the SNP are a weak party. They are weak. They have no business in leadership. Leadership requires strength, right? This is not strength. This is weak and pathetic. Wasting tax pounds that could have went to the NHS, tax pounds that could have went to literally anything else that could have actually benefited the country in some way. But no, it's being wasted on charging a grumpy 44-year-old man, essentially a grumpy customer who sent customer services an angry email. That is what's happened here. Right, I'm gonna see if I can actually contact this guy to see if I can get more information. But honestly, I love how, I mean, it happened with that, I forget the MP's name down in England, where like, they always call people Nazis and say that, oh, you're racist, you're a bigot, you're this, you're that. And then as soon as it happens to them, the exact same thing that they do, they call the police. It's okay when I do it, rules for thee, but not for me. Like, honestly, this is absolutely pathetic. This is absolutely pathetic. I mean, do you think this makes it look like you are able to lead a country? Does this make it look like you have the stones to lead a country? If an email from an angry constituent calling you Nazis, and I mean, well, let's face it, your new rules, he's not exactly wrong, is he? Calling you guys Nazis, and you contact the police and have him arrested. A man criticised the government, and you had him arrested. Not a good look, SNP, but also not surprising.